gallery, you'll be met with this face. This helmet inspired the design of the Darth Vader helmet in the Star Wars films. You can see the sort of shape of it, the sort of neck guard and the face. The fantastic centrepiece of the gallery is the amazing material from the Sutton ship burial. Now that's an Anglo-Saxon grave that was discovered in 1939 in a part of Suffolk near modern Woodbridge, and the burial itself is not a usual burial. It was actually buried in a 27-metre long ship that was placed beneath an earth mound, and in the centre of the ship there was a burial chamber which was packed with all of the treasures that you can see in this central display case. So this very large central display case, all of the material that you see in there was found in that one single burial. Now the burial itself dates to the early AD 600s, when the region was part of an Anglo-Saxon kingdom called East Anglia, and because of the majesty of the burial, the high quality of the grave goods, and the fact that there's just so much of these spectacular treasures, everything points to the possibility that the person buried here may actually have been a king of East Anglia. Apart from Sutton, we have a spectacular collection on display in this gallery. It's one of the finest collections from early medieval Europe that you'll be able to see in any museum in the world. And the whole collection runs from about 300 to 1100, covering the whole of the early medieval period, and a huge geographic span from the Arctic Circle to North Africa and from the Atlantic Ocean to the Black Sea. And we have some absolutely wonderful treasures here, things like the Lycurgus, which is a late Roman glass vessel that changes from green to red when you shine light into it. We also have the Curedale hoard, which is a huge Viking silver hoard, the largest Viking silver hoard ever to be discovered in Western Europe to date. We have the Frank's Casket, which is a beautiful Anglo-Saxon carved whalebone casket full of scenes from Germanic myth, from Roman history, and also from Jewish history as well. And we also have the Lothair crystal, which is a Carolingian rock crystal carved with figures from a biblical story, and inside a later gold frame. So it's something that's been sort of kept over a long period of time. The shoulder clasps from Sutton, they're these beautifully made curved clasps which sort of sat on the shoulder of the man who was buried at Sutton, and they're made from gold and inlaid with garnets and glass in the shape of lots of intertwining beasts and boars with bristling backs, absolutely intricate works of art. And those are the things, when I saw those as an undergraduate aged about 20, I thought, how can anybody describe this period as the Dark Ages? It just doesn't seem to add up. That there are communications going on across Europe at this time. There's a movement of people, objects and ideas across Europe, and people's interacting with each other throughout the entire period. And an object that sort of illustrates that quite nicely is this set of 3 coins here. So we have Islamic Durham coins, which have been minted in the Middle East and have found their way further west in the Baltic Sea region. So we see this silver moving around. And the lowest coin here is actually a local imitation of an Islamic coin. So you can see designs that have been copied from the inscriptions that you have on these Islamic coins, but they've actually been made locally, so they've sort of been made their own. So one thing that's great about this gallery is it's free. Anybody can come to the museum, come up and see these objects in this beautiful new setting, and I really hope that people will come up if they have an image of the Dark Ages in their mind, of everything that happened after the Roman Empire being sort of culturally unsophisticated and art sort of not being as great as it was during the Roman Empire. They come up here and really have their preconceptions challenged by seeing these amazing objects.